Welcome back to On the Spot. This week we got plenty of racing, body armor, and death. And no, we're not just going to show rollerball over and over again. Instead, we'll be playing the heck out of some Mario Kart Wii, and then we'll shift gears into Gran Turismo 5 Prologue. We'll also kick it around a bit with UEFA Euro 2008 and stare mortality straight in the face with some Death Jr. Root of Evil PSP. Today we're all about shells and shifting, red cards and reaping, cats and dogs, living together, mass hysteria. All in this week's On the Spot.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to On the Spot. I am Ryan McDonald, joined today by Kevin Van Ord and Aaron Thomas. How you guys doing?
Fantastic.
Yeah. Now, you guys, I check your hand your way over there. We got a great show though, Aaron Thomas.
I'm a little concerned. I hear things about death and dogs and cats and chaos.
Do you know? Did you hear anything about the Super Smash Bros. Brawl National Finals tournament we went to? We're going to be bringing to the people today.
Can't wait to see.
It's pretty fun. I got to admit, I was there. I got to see it. It was fun. What about? What are you guys going to be showing off?
We're looking at Mario Kart Wii.
UEFA.
Big deal.
Yeah.
And what else we got? Death Jr.
Death Jr.
Death Jr.
Yeah. On
More
the Wii.
stuff.
I got to try a little bit of Death
Lots
Jr.
of Wii today.
Yeah, there's all kinds of good. And of course, GT Prologue for the PlayStation.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one's coming.
Minor detail.
And then all kinds of stuff at the bottom of the list. Star Soldier, and then have you heard of this thing called GameSpot World or GS World?
I may have heard of it.
Yeah, it's like a lot of people out there don't know that there's GameSpot UK, GameSpot Japan, GameSpot Australia, all kinds of GameSpots all around the world. And so our editors have kind of teamed together and pulled all the cool stuff. And there is some really cool stuff in this thing. So we should definitely see that. But let's go ahead and take a look at what is supposedly a world exclusive today. This new Saints Row 2 trailer doesn't have Gary Busey in it, but it's still pretty funny. So let's take a look.
Welcome to the Stillwater division of the Altor Corporation, rebuilding your community one neighborhood at a time. Now that you're part of the family, let's get familiar with your new home. Over the years, Altor has spent millions of dollars transforming this crime-ridden third-tier city into an urban utopia. However, please keep in mind that you may occasionally happen upon an unsavory character sporting, say, a backpack full of satchel charges. Or, on rare occasion, a 3rd Street Saint tearing through the streets in a hoopty with a chainsaw. Or, say, driving a monster truck while shooting a gas-propelled minigun. Or rarely, and we do mean rarely, a streetwise slug wielding any or all of the following: Flashbang, AS-14 Hammer, AR-50 XMAC, Annihilator, dual-wielding Uzis, and shock paddles.
Didn't your parents...
If you find yourself in a situation that looks like it could turn volatile, just remember, take a deep breath, remain calm, and do your job. Additionally, our legal standards and practices require us to inform you that a very small portion of Stillwater's less desirable citizens may have access to any one of the following potentially deadly forms of transportation: bear, hoopty, watercraft, tornado, and Wolverine. We ask that if you find yourself in situations like these, please keep in mind that you are an Altor employee and you have an image to maintain. Now that you're part of the Altor family, let's work together to help remake the Stillwater we all deserve. Altor, a brighter future and a better life.
So there's a look at Saints Row 2. I was right? That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, a little spoof. Similar, actually, when I first saw it for a second, I was like, is that a GTA 4? You know, no. But speaking of GTA 4, April 29th is coming up quick.
It is.
You can't go anywhere. You can't go to a video store. You can't go anywhere on the bus. You can't go anywhere without seeing a big giant sign for GTA 4.
They have definitely taken it out there and spreading the word.
Spreading the word, and that's what we're going to be doing right now for us with a little Mario Kart Wii. How is it?
Yeah, it's great, and you know it actually comes out 2 days before Grand Theft Auto.
That is, I think it's April 27th,
April
correct?
27th, yeah.
So, but you have the Japanese version
I do.
here in now, and
I
we
do.
get to play.
Get some crazy Wii wheel action going on, and yeah, it's good times.
And you're telling me this Wii wheel actually comes with the game?
It does. It does.
it's
You
like-
get one with the game itself. It's just a controller shell, but it's cool to just kick back here and make sure 2 and 11 position for maximum safety performance and all that. But it's good.
Is it weird? Like, do your hands after playing for like an hour get tired or anything?
Not really. I mean, you can tilt it down like this. Just find out whatever's most comfortable for you.
Well, I'm rocking the regular controls. Should we fire this thing up and show folks at home what it looks like?
Yeah. So we're just going ahead and joining into the 2-player mode. So if you just want to join up, and we will go in. We're going to do some versus mode. This is just a standard like Grand Prix mode right here. And so I don't have all the characters unlocked, but you know, most of them are here. The crazy part is I can be a me, and so I'm going to be my me, which is Hobo Phoenix Wright from the new Apollo Justice game.
All right, since I just saw Mario last weekend in person at the ball tournament. Yeah, they had Mario there.
Nice. Okay, so this is where you pick carts, and the crazy thing here is that you can actually be motorcycles.
Oh, wow.
And so I'm going to ride a hog, go with that. They display different stats here. I don't really know what all of them mean, but
do I hit this?
Yeah, it's select it and you're in. Okay, and this is kind of the new thing, is that there's manual and automatic mode, and that's not like shifting gears or anything. What that means is how drifting works. So the top one's automatic. Because I'm using a Wii wheel, I'm going to be rocking that. Okay. And you may want to do manual, which is just that you do power slides.
Just like we used to?
Just like you used to with the hop and everything. And so we got 32 courses. The top ones are all new. The bottom ones are all classics. And so how about we do a classic?
All right.
So I'm thinking Ghost Valley 2 from the Super Nintendo.
That's the one I used to always fall off the edge of, though, isn't it? You're just doing this on purpose.
No, I'm not. It's it's one of the more nostalgic ones, and there are blocks around the edges to keep you from going off.
Okay.
So as long as you don't.
Except for right there.
Well, except for right there, you got to make it interesting.
All right. So needless to say, this is the Japanese version we're looking at. And when did this come out in Japan? Like last week?
It came out, about I think a couple weeks ago, actually, and it also was out in the UK and in Europe. So
everyone, look at you.
And I just totally drove off the edge there.
That's what you get for picking.
Yep.
And then of course, as we're playing this and going through, I'm sure there'll be a bunch of questions coming from the audience at home. Is that right, Aaron Thomas?
Absolutely.
What do you got for us, sir?
Fernando from Guadalajara wants to know, are there any new power-ups in the game?
New power-ups include a Mega Mushroom, which lets you become invincible for a little bit, and you will be able to squash guys, and so that's always really fun to do. There's a POW block, which lets you basically hit everyone that's ahead of you for a little bit, and it'll stun them and then knock all their items out. And then there is, there's all the old items, of course. The last new item is a Thundercloud, which lets you, it's like a hot potato type thing. When you get it, it activates and it floats above you for a little bit. But the trick is you gotta bop somebody, and then it'll give it to them, and then they'll shrink.
Now, it sounds like you've been playing this game quite a bit. What do you think?
Yeah, it's good. I do really enjoy it. The Wii wheel's kind of funky, but you get used to it. And
you were actually just telling me, even though you just said it was funky, you actually prefer the Wii wheel. Is that correct?
To some extent, yeah. I do enjoy rocking the nunchuck and the Wii remote just like normal, but it's good. It is good. It's not as bad as a lot of people might think.
Well, I got to tell you, I've obviously not played this game nearly as much as you have, and it definitely feels like old school Mario Kart.
It does. There are some new things. Unfortunately, there's not much of a chance to show them off in this level because it's a classic one. So next we'll go to one of the newer ones.
Okay.
But it's got like a new trick system, and there's some waggling the remote around a little bit so that you can do stunts and get speed boosts.
We got a couple minutes left here, so let's go ahead and see what you got. While we do that, Aaron Thomas, do you have any more questions for us, sir?
Yes. Nick from North Dakota wants to know if Rainbow Road's in the game.
Rainbow Road is in the game. In fact, do you want to see Rainbow Road?
Yeah.
We'll just go ahead with the craziness of this course here. It's always been one of the harder courses to do. Yeah. So I'm gonna have a little bit of time here.
I gotcha. Now, one thing, of course, folks are watching this at home and they're seeing our split screen. How does it work in terms of does it look a little bit better when it's just your full screen? I mean, here we got the fly through of the track, and that looks pretty good. Any difference in visual quality between
There is.
single player? Oh, really?
There is. When you've got more than one person on screen, it lowers the quality just a bit because you've got so much more going on. It's really noticeable kind of in 4-player, actually. But when you are in single player, you get the whole screen to yourself, all the power gets to go to you, and so it is a little bit of a noticeable difference.
As I see this super awesome track, by the way.
I got a question for Lark, and this question's from me. He's a dirty snaker in Mario Kart on the DS. It's
I am.
Not a rumor; it's confirmed. Is there snaking in this game, or
There
have
is
you
snaking in
finally
this
been
game.
shut down?
There is snaking in this game, but it doesn't work as well as it used to. Basically, you can sort of snake in a really wide open area, but it doesn't really help as much as it used to, basically.
Still a cheater, but not as bad as you used to be.
Pretty much.
Okay.
I have a question for you, sir. I noticed when I was going through the air, I got Wario to do some freestyle business. He was like hanging on the back of his car.
Yes. Whenever you hit a speed boost and you kind of ramp up a little bit, if you shake the remote, like right at the moment you jump,
Yeah.
like you'll see you do a stunt, and when you land, you get a speed boost. And so it's actually kind of a really fun system, especially with some of the levels like there's a snow level with a lot of side ramps, and so you can go up the sides, and it's really fun to do those stunts, and just adds a little bit extra to the game.
I gotta be honest, I'm having a blast, dude. This game's awesome.
It is awesome.
I was a big fan of the other ones. Honestly, when I saw this one coming around, I was like, do I really need to play more Mario Kart? I've been playing.
I think the answer is you always need to play more Mario Kart.
Everybody needs to play more Mario. Apparently so, because I've been playing it for about 4.5 minutes now, and yeah, it's awesome.
It is. Even when you're falling into the atmosphere and burning up, it's awesome.
Now, you were talking about the visual differences between the number of players. Will I still think it's awesome when I'm playing with 4 people?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
It still looks good. It's not so much the graphics that are super different between this and Double Dash, but it's like the little things that you'll notice when you're playing. When you go through an area with lava, for instance, your character kind of gets like a red glow around him, and all the different environments have those different effects. It's just a lot of really nice, noticeable little things that make this game.
Hold on. I think I'm gonna see if Aaron Thomas can provide us with one more question, if that's possible. He's starting to get us ready for the next segment, so I might be trying to catch him.
That's all right. What kind of multiplayer? Is there anything like in the Super Nintendo one with the battle mode or anything?
There are battle modes. There's the coin collection mode. There's a balloon mode. That's been changed up a little bit. I haven't had too much of a chance to play it, but from what I understand, you're not so much popping balloons to lose, but it's more of a who can pop the most balloons this time around. But I haven't really had much of a chance to play those.
Now, how is that possible? You've just been playing the single player game?
I've been trying to unlock all the racers, and for the most part, that's all done through single player stuff. You have to beat some of the timed, the ghosts of the developers actually to get some of the characters. Like Rosalina from Super Mario Galaxy is actually in this, and you have to have a save file from that game in order to unlock her. And I unfortunately don't have a Japanese version of that game for this.
I gotcha. I'm currently rocking the first place. We're running a little light on time here. Anything else you want to tell the folks at home about the Japanese version or the impending U.S. release of this?
Well, it comes out, like we said earlier, on the 27th, and I'm pretty sure that it's going to be a success.
Winner! I win.
Just like you won. You're a winner.
That is awesome. Thank you so much, Lark. I did. I really had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a great game.
Well, thank you so much, and we'll look for this on April 27th.
Yeah, totally.
And I imagine, are you going to be reviewing this game? Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe. All right.
We'll see.
We'll wait and see.
We'll see.
We'll hear. But either way, it looks like it's an early. I guess the early word is it's going to be fun.
Yeah,
Look for
it's
it.
definitely fun.
All right, excellent. Right now, we're going to throw it across the studio to the standing set where we have Aaron Thomas standing by with a few guests. Aaron Thomas, can you? Actually, we are not quite ready. Is that right? All right, let's go ahead. Aaron Thomas, take it away.
Yeah, not just a few people here, but first one, and I guess most important, is I'm joined by Simon Humber, who is the producer of UEFA Euro 2008, and we're going to show off the big new mode, which is Captain Your Country. You want to tell me a little bit about what we're going to see here?
Absolutely, thanks for having me today. So Captain Your Country is an extension of Be a Pro, which went into FIFA 2008, where you play one individual player. And now in Euro we have this kind of career mode that takes you on this journey from being a B international through to friendlies, through qualifying matches to the finals themselves in Austria and Switzerland. The idea of the mode is you want to be captain of your team in the final of Euro and lift that trophy. And the way that's done is your performances are rated by the manager, and it's kind of a capture the flag mechanic. The manager hands out the captaincy to whoever's on form at that time. We're going to go into a match now as England. So we'll all attach ourselves to player 2, I believe
player
is you.
2. So we're joined by a couple guys off camera. We got Shanker and Justin here. And all right, that'll be me.
Owen Hargreaves
I'm
up to
ready.
advance.
Player 3.
Player 3, Sean Wright Phillips.
So we can pick anybody on the team?
We can pick anyone in the squad, or you can create a player. So you can create your own player, you can give him a commentary name, and we've recorded some new commentary names as well. So for the most common surnames, hopefully the name will be in there for people and they can get their commentary called out during the game.
All right, so we're Belarus. We should win this, right?
England away at Belarus. What we might see here, though, is Belarus playing very negative tactics. We've got some negative formations in the game now, where they pile 9 or 10 men behind the ball to try and get a 0-0 game and to stop us from scoring. So we'll see what happens.
So they're going to try to just like keep it close, see if they can stay in it, maybe get a goal like right at the end.
Could be a war of
or just go for a
attrition
draw.
there, and we might have to just batter away at that defence.
All right.
We're playing the entire England midfield here. We've got Gerrard and Hargreaves in the centre. We've got Cole and Wright Phillips out wide. So let's see what we can do. So let's take a look at the formation they're playing.
Oh, I skipped. I want to play.
So we've totally overhauled the whole man of the match system here. In FIFA, the man of the match system was integer based. You get a rating between 1 and 10. Here we've changed it. We've added a lot more different events that get you analysed during the game. And the ratings are out of a system where the 0.1 system. So I win the ball, Gerrard. So my rating now 6.1. If I play a nice forward pass, we should see my rating improve slightly up to a 6.2. So essentially we're all playing collaboratively, but we're also competitive, because to be captain, the manager's going to choose the best of us. And so even though we need to win matches to keep progressing through this mode, we also want to be the guy who's doing best. So you end up with a situation where you're kind of playing for the team, but sometimes you're playing for yourself, especially if you're winning a game late on, you might get a bit greedy. So Cole's gone down the wing, could be a good cross in here, otherwise it could not be. Is that you, Justin?
So I've got
Yeah.
an arrow on
not happy.
my player that seems to be popping up. What's that telling me?
That's helping you stay in position. One of the things you're rated on is your position on the pitch and your ability to play your position correctly.
Oh, the Shanker. Yeah. Oh, dirty.
So we should see Shanker's rating take a dive after he got booked there, which won't do him any good.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was uncalled for. Very clean.
So since, down to 4.9 and the yellow card. So since FIFA 08, we've put a lot of work into the engine, and it's a far more responsive, fluid game now. We should notice, all of us playing, that the players react much more quickly, the pace of the game is slightly enhanced, and we've made things like the trick moves a little bit simpler to do. Go on. Oh, sorry.
Hey Ryan, you got any questions for us over there?
I got a ton of questions for you. Andrew Langley out of Blackburn wants to know, are there any difference between the PS3 and 360 versions of the game, whether it's graphics or exclusive modes, for example?
In terms of gameplay and modes, there's no difference between the two consoles at all, so people get the same game on both consoles.
All right. We got a little bit of time left. Are there any other noteworthy modes in here? There's obviously the big edition, but anything else that FIFA players might want to see that's a little
Absolutely. So to try and capture the spirit of the Euro. Hello.
different?
Walker.
Oh!
Unexpected.
Talking and playing.
So when you actually score a goal in the game, you can celebrate the goal yourself. You run around the pitch, lift the arm in the air, Shearer style, or you can do other more fancy celebrations, dive on your stomach. There's even things like acrobatic moves, so you can do handstands, and you have to land it with the correct button, otherwise the guy falls over and makes a fool of himself.
Do you lose rating points there if you mess up a celebration?
Not for making a fool of yourself, no, there's no score for that. But one thing really worth talking about is something called Battle of the Nations, and what we've done is create a reason to play lots of different game modes, in that there's a daily competition between all the gamers around the world. So when you first start the game, you choose what country you're going to represent, And from that point on, as long as you're connected to EA servers, matches you play offline even against the computer and online within the online cup mode, all generate a score. We look at the scores coming in from around the world. Steve McLaren.
I was going to ask if that's the real.
Bad man. Matches from around the world, and then we look at the scores from all the English gamers, from the German gamers, from the Austrian gamers, and we work out each day who gets points towards the overall leaderboard. So come June the 30th, which is the day after the final, we'll be able to say that one particular nation has got the best football gamers, and that's going to be a fascinating competition to see how it pans out. And perhaps England can redeem themselves.
All right, who's your money on?
Not
what
England,
country you
not
think?
England.
No?
I've got a sneaking suspicion for Finland. I don't know why. I just find them an efficient bunch of people.
Get in the... All right. Well, I think we can finish this game. We're going to toss it back to Ryan, and we're gonna keep playing here.
Can I throw one more question at you?
Sure.
One more?
Yeah, there's one more. There's all kinds of people that want to ask you guys questions about this game. There's a billion questions. People love soccer/football. Danny O'Dwyer out of Waterford, Ireland wants to know how many of the nations that didn't qualify the competition are available in the game?
Everyone's available in the game, regardless of qualifying or not, so you can play through the qualifying competition. And also Montenegro became a UEFA member later than qualifying started, so they're available as a kick-off team. So
I was open.
Europe's newest football nation is also in there.
I'm lowering your rating for that. I was totally open there.
I'm not concentrating, I've got no idea what my rating is, 5.9 at the moment.
Oh, all right, Justin. Justin off camera. All right, well, thank you very much. When's this coming out?
Comes out May 19.
May 19th here, and over in the UK.
Over in Europe, April 18, that's tomorrow.
Nice. Thank you very much. Ryan, back to you.
Yes, sir. There you go. There's a look at some football action or soccer, depending on what part of the planet you live on. Right now, there's one game that everybody knows, no matter where they live, whether in Japan, here, anywhere else, and that is, of course, is Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Big game, everybody loves it, playing on the Wii. I actually got to see the national final tournament taking place in San Jose, and I brought this little clip of video back. The one thing I'll say to set this up before we throw this clip is that the MC guy, the Jay Higgins guy that they had, was awesome. As you'll see, he says GameSpot a lot, but yeah, let's go ahead and roll the clip.
I want everybody to say hey for the TV. Hey, hi for the TV. Everybody make some noise for the TV. This is GameSpot.com. Everybody, I want you to realize this is GameSpot.com. When you go home, I want you to get on www.GameSpot.com. These guys right here have all the game coverage that you need right now. I'm Jay Higgins, your host. We're here at the biggest tournament. This is the Super Smash Bros. Brawl tournament. I'm your host once again, Jay Higgins. This is for GameSpot.com. All the GameSpot.com gamers right now. I want you to look at this right now. We're in San Jose, California. This is real big. This is like the Super Bowl of Super Smash Bros. Brawl. We even have the real Mario. This is the real live Mario right here. This is the real Mario from the Nintendo headquarters. This is not the bootleg Mario, the real Mario right here in Nintendo headquarters. Okay, he's going up. Ice Climbers coming back. Nice aim for the entire tournament. They beat out 80,000 other gamers. These guys are really good. This is for the Final Four spot. We got 2 rounds left in the whole tournament. I mean, have you ever been on GameSpot.com? Real Mario, you have? All right, Mario is just used to the limelight. More t-shirts, that's it? All right, let's go. Let's do it. Guess what you want? The raffle? All right. Good one. So we have 3 more chances to win it. All right, come on, Vanna. All right, here we go. Vanna flew all the way. This Wii, you win the Wii. It's going to be shipped to you. Let's finish out the raffle. Okay.
It feels pretty good. I'm kind of bummed that I lost, but hey, he's better, so it's cool.
So your personal hygiene is a secret for you, is a defense for you.
Yeah.
Okay, that could work. Bad hygiene could work for you in Super Smash Bros. Brawl tournament. All right, Trayvon, come here, dude. Hey, man, I know it was tough, man, but guess what, dude? You beat out like 80,000 people. Dude, you're like one of the best in the country. You're making a name for yourself. You're only 16 years old. How does it feel? Feels all right? I know you want to win, but guess what, man? Check this out right here. You're on GameSpot.com. Man, what is your secret right now? What do you do? Do you have a secret?
No.
Not really? Man, dude, I mean, I don't know what else to ask you. What else? I mean, anything you want to say just for VA?
No.
All right, man. Well, good. We got some more stuff for you, man. Thank you for coming out. This guy right here is like in the Final Four or Final Two, something like that. You're in the Final Two. DT, how does it feel, man?
Feels great.
All right, man. How long have you been a GameStop customer?
Pretty long.
Man, what's your secret move for your secret player?
Pro, man. Pro.
The Pro? You're okay. This is your secret, the Pro. So over 80,000 original players, and it actually went down to 275 GameStop stores, and now it's at the #1 GameStop store right here in San Jose, California. Look at this GameStop platform right here. This is real nice. All of this was built up by GameStop and Nintendo Wii. This is real serious right now. This is time to get your game faces on. I know you drink a lot of cafe lattes, and I know you do a lot of stuff with Ike, but man, this is really time to get serious in here. You want to say something to this guy right now?
Good luck, man.
Okay, you want to say something to this guy right now?
Good luck, man.
Okay, man, I want you guys to touch Wii's. Get your Wii's in your hand right now. Make sure you put your wristbands on. This is GameStop San Jose, California. Nice. All right, this looks real serious right now. 16% body damage up to 34. Blue Ike is down. Oh no, 24% body damage to red Ike. It's looking real serious. They're both going blow for blow. It's real crazy right now. This is like Super Smash Bros. Brawl Super Bowl right now. This is the biggest tournament ever. It's really intense. Nice. The winner is going to take home $5,000 check. The second place winner is going to take home $1,000. Nice. Mario, you smell real good right now. I know, I hate to say that. All right, here we go. And the console that they're playing on is the Nintendo Wii. Everybody makes some noise for the Nintendo Wii. Without the Nintendo Wii, none of this would be possible. All right, here we go. Nice. Second place, you still don't go home. He's empty-handed. Both these guys are going to go home thousandaires. Wow. It's really intense right now. Who wants it the most? It's all about who really wants it the most. I don't know. And I'm all the way out here in San Jose, California at the GameStop. It's real crazy. All right, come back. Blue Eye, come back. He's coming up. All right, he's back in the game. All right, Red Eye, he's sustaining a lot of damage. Can he go for the kill? Red Eye is still in it. He's not giving up right now. It's real serious right now. 1 minute and 5 seconds left in it. Is anybody's game? I don't know. How many people think Ike is going to win it? I think so too. Wow. All right. This is for the big money. This is for the big check. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. This is sudden death. Go. Oh! Lee. What's up, man? What's up? Phil, how does it feel right now? Man, jump up and down, jump up and down, jump up and down. It feels really good. Get all that mocha latte out of you right now. This guy right here, he drinks coffee for us. This is his secret. Right again, I know I've asked you this question many times. How does it feel? Come on all the way from Louisiana. How does it feel, man?
It's really...
This guy right, if you can feel this guy right now, he is shaking. He's like trembling right now. You know, I feel you, dude. How much mocha latte do you have? You're not about to overdose, are you?
Yeah.
If you overdose, can you have your check?
Yeah.
Okay, oh, he's so nice. Okay, anyway, well, guess what, man? Where's the check? Somebody bring in the check right now. This is a $5,000 check from GameStop. Somebody say GameStop right now.
GameStop.
Dude.
So there's a look at the Super Smash Bros. Brawl tournament. It was a lot of fun. It was super fun. And I'm joined now by Micah Russo, and you were the creative director from Backbone Entertainment. Is that correct, sir?
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
Thank you so much for coming in today, especially since you brought something pretty awesome, actually. I got a chance to play a little bit before we started the show.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, Death Jr. for the Wii, actually, correct?
That's right.
And it's actually, I'm sorry, is it Root of Evil? Is that right?
Root of Evil.
Excellent. So I was a big fan of Death Jr. on the PSP. I'm glad to see it's on the Wii, especially with the Wii controls that you guys got in there. But enough spoiling it for the fans at home. Let's go ahead and show them what you brought today.
Yeah,
oh, that's right. You know what? I'm getting ahead of my stuff because you guys actually brought a clip today.
We do.
And this is actually world exclusive. World exclusive clip. No one's ever seen this before, right?
Nope.
All right. So straight for you folks at home for the first time. Let's go ahead and take a look at that clip.
Are you idiots gonna help? Or do we leave you here to die?
Focus, people! We're talking about the slugs from the big cocoon.
These cells are clearly plant-based. They appear to have the ability to animate the inanimate objects.
When toys started coming to life, we sort of figured that one out on our own. Thanks for the pro tip, Game Master.
Hey, I think I know what you guys woke up.
That's a gardening site, you nerd.
No, look at the pop-up.
Embarrassed by the size of your evil? Quadruple your evil in 12 short hours with this 100% all-natural evil enlargement. For best results, consume ample quantities of human life force. If evil remains enlarged for more than 72 hours, see a doctor immediately. Premature evil doing may cause rectal itch and uncontrollable murderous rampages.
That's pretty good. I'm glad you guys brought that by to show us.
I'm glad we got a chance to share it, and thanks for having me on.
Oh, absolutely.
Appreciate it.
So let's go ahead and take a look at the actual game that you got here in front of us.
Absolutely. So this is Death Jr. on the Wii, and this is the first time we've gotten to take advantage of controls like this, which is really exciting for us.
And it's funny because, like, I mean, I've obviously played it on the PSP. They seem like a natural fit there. Now playing it with the Wiimote, I mean, it seems like it's even more of a natural fit now.
Yeah, it is, absolutely. One of the things we've always tried to do with the series is take advantage of melee and projectile gameplay at the same time, and now with the Wiimote aiming controls, we're able to really do that. It's kind of the way we've always really wanted to. So what you're seeing is I'm running around with the nunchuck. I've got basic melee attacks here, and then if you hold down the Z button, you go into this strafing aiming mode. So you've got precise aiming with all of your traditional weapons. You got the C4 Hamster, which is one of my favorites from the series, as well as a couple new ones from the Root of Evil game, like the flaming toilet paper launcher.
Let's back up just for half a second, in the sense that for folks that don't know what the Death Jr. series is all about, can you give us a little background on it?
Absolutely. Death Jr. is basically the son of the Grim Reaper. He's your average everyday kid, with the exception that he's kind of a skull kid. So he and his odd cast of friends tend to get themselves into trouble, kind of innocently. And in this particular adventure, they're dealing with Fury, and you kind of saw a little bit of this in the cinematic before, who's the daughter of Mother Nature and is really trying to rebel against all the niceties in her life and is trying to be as evil as possible.
Now, you don't have to necessarily go through this whole battle by yourself on the Wii version, right? You guys have a co-op mode in there, is that right?
That's absolutely right. You can play as either DJ or Pandora on split screen co-op, and that's one thing I definitely wanted to show you guys. One other thing for the fans out there that played this version on the PSP, they should know that this is more of a director's cut. So we've taken a lot of pains not only to just make it look better for the console and take advantage of the controls, but also to refactor some of the older areas and improve the gameplay experience across the board.
Now, before we get to our multiplayer and the co-op action, do you guys have other modes, or?
No, you can play either through as a single player, as DJ, or Pandora, or as a co-op experience.
Now, one of the things is, let's go ahead and take a look at the co-op if you don't mind.
Yeah, that up.
Now, when I did get to try this a little bit earlier, I got to see that you guys have a huge array of different weapons. You're talking about the flaming toilet paper there. You guys got a rocket launcher in there, a shotgun. They all feel pretty good and different. What was the awesome exploding? What was the exploding pig?
C4 Hamster.
C4 Hamster. That's what it is.
And they're honored to go out for the cause of good.
Yeah, and they looked like they were doing their part. But here we go with the co-op multiplayer.
Over here. So in addition to sort of the level changes I talked about, we added a lot of additional dialogue to help further the story, as well as just some of the funny moments. I mean, these are great characters, and any time that we get to really bring them to life is really kind of fun for us. On the control side, we've added aiming, as I talked about before. We're also taking advantage of the gesture system. One of the things we wanted to do with that was intentionally kind of keep it simple, so that it wouldn't be overwhelming. You wouldn't get tired from flailing your arms around like a madman. But also it feels a little bit more connected to the experience. So if you flick your wrists up, you'll get an uppercut, or horizontally, you get a roundhouse kind of attack, and these all have different offensive and defensive capabilities.
I'm definitely having fun with my offensive capabilities, taking out the evil tree and pretty much everything else I can get this business on. All right, I think we're almost actually out of time. Is there anything we should know about before we let you go, sir? When can we expect it coming out for the Wii?
This will be shipping out on May 27th, and speaking for the team, we're really excited about how it came together, and we really hope everybody enjoys it.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for coming by today. Super appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
me.
Yeah, thank you so much. Micah Russo, from Creative Director of Backbone Entertainment. Thanks for coming by.
Great, thanks.
We are going to go once again back to the other side of the studio where we have Kevin Van Ord and Justin Calvert standing by and ready for us. Kevin, what do you got over there, sir?
Hey, I'm here with Justin Calvert, and he brought over some Gran Turismo 5 Prologue for us to take a look at. And why don't you tell us what mode we're going to be looking at?
Okay, so I've just started playing this today. I know it's been out in Europe for a couple of weeks, and we had one of those guys review it for us. It just came out in the US, I guess today. We got this copy yesterday. So this is kind of, I guess, the Gran Turismo mode proper, as much of it as there is in the Prologue version. So we've got events divided up by class, and I'm just gonna. Which one do I want to do? Let's jump. Okay, I'm gonna show the London course. I've just managed to get my first four-wheel drive car, so we'll take it for a spin around London. So this is the mode where you start out and you basically have to unlock everything in this mode. I think all 6 of the tracks are available from the outset, but if you want cars to race online and that kind of thing, you basically have to unlock them in this mode first.
How many different cars are there in total?
So there's 70 in this Prologue version, and there's a pretty good mix. There's you've got everything from a little, I guess, Suzuki Cappuccino right through to like Ferraris and that kind of thing.
So you say this is the Prologue version. That means there's actually a bigger version coming out later?
Yeah, I mean, I guess a year or so from now, allegedly, there'll be Gran Turismo 5 proper. So this is essentially an extended demo for that game. Although, arguably there's enough content here to justify this being a game in itself. They're charging $40 for it, so hopefully there's enough content here to justify a full game. I don't think our reviewer was entirely convinced, but there you go.
I noticed you were looking at the in-car view a minute ago. Can we take another look at that?
Oh, I knew you were going to ask me that.
Everybody wants to see that.
I suck so bad in-car. Here we go. I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's they've recreated all the interiors just as faithfully as the exteriors, I think, and yeah, it's neat, but it's also hard.
The steering wheel's on the wrong side. Have you noticed this, Justin?
That's the right side. I don't know what you're talking about. We're in London.
Hey Ryan, are there any questions by chance for Justin about GT5 Prologue?
There are a bunch of questions. Before I do that, I would like to give a shout out to one of our viewers, Baku Takamine out of Idaho. It's his 13th birthday, and he wanted us to say, hey, what's up? So I'm going to. And so what's up? And going back to the questions you were asking for, sir, I do have a bunch of them. Andrew Langley out of Blackburn, England wants to know if there's an alternate control scheme by any chance?
You can, I'm playing with just the defaults right now, but there's definitely a thing where you can go in and change around some of the buttons and everything, plus obviously there's support for like the force feedback wheels and that kind of thing. And I believe this has support for the DualShock 3 as well, although I haven't tried that.
I think Andrew is specifically wondering if you have the 6-axis ability with that at all.
Oh, I hope not. I don't know. I haven't tried that. Sorry.
So Justin, can you crash and show us what we should expect to see when we have mayhem on the track?
Sure. There's not going to be a whole lot of mayhem though.
Well, not that this is any burnout, but we have people that want to see. Boom,
bang.
I noticed that you're not coming away with any damage.
Yeah, there's still no damage. I'll quickly swap to another car.
So it's not just me, right? It's like that's just kind of bunks, right? It's like,
I think it's what GT is, and people like it, and I think in this day and age when you've got things like Forza 2 and everything, and especially in a game that's striving for realism the way that this game is, it's definitely kind of lacking something when you can't smash stuff up. And
David Barber asked, he's from Carlisle out of the United Kingdom, any time scale for damage modeling? I know they haven't said anything about this now, right?
Yeah, there was I think it was like one person from Polyphony posted in a blog somewhere or something that it might happen. There's a download.
Oh, really?
Or something. Yeah, but I don't know if it's true.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I think about that. It's like you have to it's like when you drop in like numbers and physics and stuff, like into a file.
Well, the thing is, they talk about modeling these cars, and they talk about it taking like a month per car right now without damage for them to get these cars in the game. So if you start adding damage models to that stuff, you've got to figure that stuff's years out. That's my logic anyway.
So what about online? I assume that you can take your cars online, unlock them, take them online. What modes are you looking at, and how does racing feel online?
The online, I gotta say, I haven't tried it myself. From what I understand, it's actually kind of spotty with lag and stuff. There's I actually saw when we had one of the other guys playing online stuff. While it's looking for people for you to play against, there's actually a kind of ticker tape thing along the bottom of the screen. And it's displaying messages basically saying, hey, just so you know, if somebody has a bad connection, it could be laggy, and if cars start jumping around, we'll disable collision detection. And so even before you start, they're kind of preemptively apologizing for the fact that, yeah, it's not quite there yet. I mean, it's great that Gran Turismo is finally going to have online, because that, you know, the AI has never been that great in these games. These drivers, it's better in this game. Like, they're not totally on rails. You will see them making mistakes and competing with each other to some extent, but they're still they're not believable as drivers, really.
Great. And pardon me. So, in terms of tracks, you said there are 6 different tracks. What are the locations of those tracks, and where should we expect to be racing at?
So there's 6 tracks. I want to say 2 or 3 of those are kind of high-speed race circuits. London is the only street circuit, and then you've got Suzuka, which is the big track in Japan. There's the mountain circuit that was in the Gran Turismo HD demo. I forget the exact name of it. And then there's another, I think, like real-life racetrack as well. So it's only 6 tracks, but there's some good variety, and there are 2 versions of each track as well. Some of those, it's just the same track backwards. Others are like
I know, we got
somebody on the phone
Ryan's
over there.
Dude, you gotta hear the phone
He wants
ring?
to check something out. Well, Justin, thanks for letting us take a look at GT5 Prologue.
Cut me off for a phone call, man.
Did you hear who called on the phone? Who's waiting?
I don't know who called.
I'm throwing over to Ryan McDonald because he has important information for us.
It's like super important.
It's not
And, like,
Kazunori Yamauchi, is it?
You know, and of course, it just happens to be that I'm a huge boxing fan, right? So I'm going to tell you who just. Did you guys hear the phone ring? Did you hear it when it rang? Guess who's on the line? Guess who's waiting to talk to us right now? You guys know?
No.
You know? No? You
No
know?
clue. I want to know.
Dude,
Hurry up and tell
Don
us.
King, like, you know, the famous boxing promoter, Don King, hair this high. So we're going to be talking to Don King right now about, of course, his new game. Don, are you there by any chance?
Ryan McDonald, you know I'm here. I'm on the spot.
That is correct, sir. How are you doing? It's so nice to talk to you in person. I can't tell you what a big fan I've been of not only yourself, but all the fights you put on for us all the years that I've been watching. So for all the boxing fans out there, thank you for that first.
Yes, it's really great, man. You know, and I'm very excited about it. And now to get in with the gamers and to be a part of the game world, which has been my world all along. I was a gamer from the very beginning, promoting a scheme of chance. And now I'm promoting prize fights and events, and then I'm promoting people. And so now I'm on the spot.
There you go. So just to make sure this is real and not like some kind of crazy tape recording, we got some audience questions that I might be able to throw your way as we go through this. But I also want to start off with asking, how much involvement did you have in the game itself? Did you
I have quite a bit of involvement. In fact, the game, you've heard of games, and you've heard of the best game. Well, this is the game that is transcendental. This is the one that has something of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. That means that you are part of the universe. And the universe has a moral fabric to it that bends toward justice. And so this is what you have here when you have a game like my game, because not only are they throwing punches lefts and rights and hooks and things, but what they're doing is they're mastering life to say, yes, I can, when everyone else says, no, you can't. So it's a game about you. You, too, are a star. So everyone that plays the game can be a star, because it can be transference where the things of life, the struggle, the ups and downs, the joys, the sorrows, you know, the pitfalls, you know, things that you overcome, you know, disappointment, humiliation, embarrassment, and success. How you make success is education, and then you have character on top of that, an upward elevation, enlightenment. And so you find these things happening in this game when you find these guys that are searching for ways and means to feed themselves, to exist, to excel, to invent, to make things happen. In other words, a pioneer and a trailblazer. And you have to be able to deal with whatever comes from behind the tree or from whatever comes from under the rock extemporaneously. So that's what it is, and that's the King's Crusader.
That's awesome. I can't tell you that's pretty awesome. Now, you've been a big fan of the Youth America and everything they got going on. How is it for you to actually be able to be a part of this video game and reaching that new audience that you're probably touching for a lot of them for the first time?
You know, the game is just something where you got a life, and so you can look at every day of what's happening with you, and you can find out what the game will truly be about. We're illustrating it through physical prowess, through the ability and the capability of boxing and physical combat, but it's the combat of all the elements of life that is going to be demonstrated through a game that you can go out and you create your own character. You will find out this is the most sophisticated game that you've ever played before, and I kid you not. You know what I mean? So I want people to give back their comments and when they see it and how they do it, because you can mold your own character of a fighter for whatever weight class you want, and literally it really be of your making, and then you can pit him against the boxing greats, and then you can see the stories of life that unfold where you have that dedication, that commitment, you know what I mean, and that what they call it, indomitable courage and invincible spirit. You know what I mean? To be able to fight the obstacles and impediments rather than to submit and to acquiesce to them. You know what I mean? So it's a struggle from the political aspect, from the economic aspect, you know, from the religious aspect, you know. So you're putting life in the capsule, and how you play the game is how you survive, and that's what it is in life. How do you play the game? You know what I mean? So it's a thing here that this game, and I'm through it all the way through this game, because literally it's about my life. You know what I mean? Coming down sub-zero, not from zero, sub-zero, coming up to the top of the earth so you can then run the foot race of life, you know what I mean, and do the best that you can with what you have to work with and overcome the impediments and obstacles, become a success, but never forgetting from whence you come.
No, that's definitely the true. Can you give me any specifics on like what it's like to follow the rise and fall of the boxers in the game? Like, you know, any of the situations that happen in there in the game itself?
Yes, in the game, you know, when you're doing the game, and I continue to take you right back to life, because if this is the person that's playing, that's who it is that's in there fighting. But we can go over the scores of the Muhammad Ali's, the George Foremans. You can talk about all the guys that were great guys that I promoted and created in the Rumble in the Jungle, to the Thriller in Manila, to the Last Hurrah, that was with Frazier and Ali and Foreman, you know what I mean? But you can see the pitfalls of life when how a guy learns to train. So in my game, they have a training session, you know, where they can learn to train and how they can be developed, and they can hear the guys speaking to the guys and teaching them the physical prowess of the game. In the part of the sparring in this training session, they let you know how you make moves that would be able to disarm your opponent, so to speak, and to be able to get him. And then when you get tagged and you're in trouble, and how do you put the defensive mechanisms that you use to be able to get yourself out of trouble and to be able to come back strong and try to beat the count. I mean, so you have like the Cinderella Man. You know, this is what they had with James Braddock, you know what I mean? That story of being a guy where the people would go to the pubs, go to the temples and to the churches and pray for him to be able to win. And he beats Braddock for the heavyweight championship, and it's an Irishman. Sure. So it's the fight of the Irish, you know what I mean? And then you have the Joe Lewis and Max Schmelings, all of these guys from back in history, or where, you know, they fight for freedom. And Joe Lewis would say, I'm going to win because God's on my side. Well, now, we symbolically touch on these ups and downs where a guy's poor, underprivileged, downtrodden, you know what I mean, and denied, and give him a chance and opportunity in the land of opportunity, and the greatest nation in the world is America. And so, therefore, I don't want anyone to forget that. So, with everything that America represents, with all the iniquities that we are beleaguered with, we still be able to deal with what is real. And so, when you got the young minds of tomorrow, the great minds of today, and the great minds of yesterday all coming together and being able to play the game of life, and you make your own champion. And this guy, if he is good or she is good, you know, you can be able to fight and beat some of these guys that are there, but it's a contest. It's not a given.
No.
And you're going to enjoy this game because you're going to be the master of the game. You'll be playing it. And so I think it's got what it is, like you say, the ups and downs are the dedication, the commitment, the perseverance in spite of the odds to say, yes, I can overcome. I'm going to make it happen.
Right on. I wanted to ask you before we let you go, when's the game coming out? I know it's not too far out. It's like about a month out, all right? Is that right?
The game is coming out on June the 10th. I've just launched my IPTV network, which is DonKingTV.com.
Right on.
And so you can go to that, log on to DonKingTV.com. The game will be featured on there, a trailer of the game, but the Don King Prize Fighter will also be up there as a website, and you can log on to that. And the game is out on June the 10th, 2008, and then it's on June the 13th, it goes worldwide. Well, I launched my DonKingTV.com on March 27th, went to 100 countries, 94 countries, and won the first day out, you know what I mean? And we had 400,000 viewers, you know, and 200,000 unique visitors, you know what I mean? And so it was a smash. And for that success, I think the bloggers and all the gamers and everyone that would come in, and that's what I'm looking for, is to get a family of friends. And so when we going into my face space, you know, I got a front page on a channel on YouTube, you know what I mean? But we're going to work on pulling this game out so this game could be the featured attraction, you know, dealing with the great fights of yesteryear and the ones that are coming in today, and the ones that we can prognosticate about. And it's just great, man, because it continually keeps me on the spot. And that's why I love being with you, Ryan McDonald, because this is what makes this thing work. It's people like yourselves and all of us who are computer literate, which I am not. And so I'm learning every day. Every day is a new experience. And the kids and things that go to this game, they will be able to do that. So I'm going to be raffling off some of the games that 2K makes, because 2K is a great game company. And so a grand auto theft, where everybody is calling for that, I will be in position of them. I'm going to start a contest where you can win a grand auto theft, you know what I mean, if you can answer certain questions or whatever it is that we can come up with. And we'll need all the help from guys like you and the audience that you have to be able to give that game for those who are over the age limit, you know, that is a prerequisite. But it's one of the hottest games they got in 2K. And so, but this one that you're coming out, Don King Presents Prize Fighter. Yes. I want you all to write it down. I want you to remember it, make it an indelible part of your heart, because it's got to be indicative of education and fun, education and fun, education and fun. Because in India, you got 1 billion people over there. Sure. In China, 1,300,000,000. And they got me coming to India and to China and to Japan, all of those in the next 2-3 months, that I will be going into putting on events there and doing things. But they are so far advanced on computer literacy and technology. And we got to catch up, because we can't let us fall short. That means we need every child, every brain. We need every one of us to keep educating, and re-educating, and making this world a better world. And I'm looking forward to, because the gamers, yes, you, on the spot, you're going to make it happen. And that's why I'm so proud to be on this program.
I've got a real quick question I'm going to throw for the audience, and then we're going to wrap it up, Don. It's a perfect way to wrap it up. We've heard a bunch of stuff about what you got going on. The Hoobinator out of UK wants to know what is the future of boxing? Any fights you're going to be promoting that are coming up that's going to be cool? Sorry, that's a question. I just want to
yeah, well, right now on Saturday night, Saturday night out of Bucharest, Romania. I have a fight that I will be webcasting, and all you have to do is to log on to DonKingTV.com. No money. World Championship from Andre Diaconou fighting Henry out of Texas. It's Remember the Alamo. It's Texas against Romania.
Right on. All right. Well,
and
thank
so
you.
that will be on this Saturday night on the internet, and we will put it out for everyone to see around the world. We want them all to get an opportunity to see World Championship boxing at its best. And this will be something that we will be able to let everyone know. John Henry versus Andre Diaconou from Bucharest, Romania. The Colonel Bob Sheridan, who is my blow-by-blow commentator, he will be calling the shots over there in Romania. My producer, Frank Belmont, will be doing it. And so they'll get a chance to see a 4-bout card starting out. It's coming from Spain. We got a Spanish fighter. We got a French fighter, Argentinian fighter, an American fighter, and a European fighter in Bucharest, in Europe. So it gives them like a UN type of appetite that they could really be able to deal with all around the world of these guys that get an opportunity in the land of opportunity. And I also want to say that this is a global channel. It's a people's channel. I'm putting my channel together, or my network, I should say, for the people. Give them a voice. That First Amendment that we have here in America from the Founding Fathers, with the right to protest, the right to speak, you know what I mean, the right to demonstrate.
Sure.
All these things will be adhered to, so you too can be a king's crusader and make this thing happen, because you got a voice. And this is what it is, I'm a promoter of the people, for the people, and by the people, and my magic lies in my people ties.
Hey, man, thank you so much, Don. I really appreciate you joining us today. We'll be looking out for the game, and thanks again so much for coming by. Really appreciate it. We'll talk to you next time, sir. Hopefully we'll get the game in the studio.
Only in America. You're on the spot with Ryan McDonald.
Thank you so much.
This is a wonderful opportunity for each and every one of you to learn to earn and to be able to deal with what is real. So fight the complexities and do it in concert with one another. Unity, solidarity, and togetherness. God bless you guys.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Don King. Right on. Thank you. All right. So there we go. We're going to throw it over to the standing set with Kevin and close out the show. How you doing, Kevin?
Great. I'm thrilled to follow that up. Thanks, Ryan. I'm here with Amr from Hudson, and we are going to be taking a look at Star Soldier for the Wii. And why don't you tell us a little bit about the game, Amr?
Well, this is actually the latest version of Star Soldier. It's called Star Soldier R, and is for WiiWare. It's actually what we call a tournament-style shooter. So the series is a vertically scrolling shmup, and I will show you a couple different modes here. Now, by tournament style, what I mean is that there's something called the Hudson Caravan in Japan. It's been running for years, and it's a tour across the country where they show off different games, and the highlight every year is the Star Soldier game that the Japanese gamers compete in. Whoever gets highest score wins a lot of prizes, and this was actually their game last year during the tour. So I'm already dying. But what you'll see is that the point of the game is to get the highest score possible and then post it to the global leaderboards. Now there's a lot of intricacies to the game as far as finding the combos and bonuses and the ways to get the highest possible score. And I'm definitely not the person to do it, but I'm sure someone out there will. So what you'll see are a couple things new to the series. First of all, I have a little blue orbiting satellite. It's called the Force system, and you get up to 5 of those, and you can send them out actually to attack enemies. And this is one of the earliest ways you can get a bonus. So the game is 2 minutes or 5 minutes long. In the 2-minute mode, you get to go through one stage, and if you're good, you have just enough time to beat the stage. 5-minute mode, you got 2 stages, and you have just enough time to beat both of them.
Awesome. Now, I like shmups. I'm interested to know how hard the game is in terms of other shmups that I might be able to buy. Where do you think that the difficulty level lies for Star Soldier R?
I would say it's on the more accessible side. Definitely this isn't going to make you cry trying to get past the first level, but you know, it's definitely accessible for everyone, and everyone can play this and go for the high score.
And we're looking at the first boss here?
Yeah, this is the first boss. Sort of a giant floating space station. And if I do my job, I will be able to beat him in time for the second level.
Now, a lot of shmups have been coming out that have maybe a particular gameplay hook. You know, I know Ikaruga just came out on Xbox Live. We've also looked at some others that have literally hooks for, you know, say anchors as part of the gameplay mechanic. What kind of interesting things might we expect to see here?
I think the things that you'll find the most interesting are actually things you don't see. This is for the gamer who wants to find out all the secrets to the game. Can, you know, play it over and over and figure out the pattern to kill enemies. Little secrets like what, so there's certain things that can blow up to uncover bonus points. For example, the yellow sphere right there gives me 2,000 bonus points. And the thinkers in the crowd will figure out the exact way to get, you know, millions and millions of points.
Hey Ryan, do you have any questions? I do. Daniel Dwyer at Waterford Island wants to know what Don King would have to say about this game.
I'm not sure we have enough time for that.
Excellent. Now, is this a purely single-player experience, or if I wanted to play with a buddy, would he be able to jump in?
It is a single-player experience, but half the fun of the game is from competing with your friends and going for the high score. There's actually one of the more famous Hudson employees is called Takahashi Meijin, aka Master Higgins. He was inspiration for the character in the Adventure Island series. And there's a mode in here called Quick Shot mode where you smash on the trigger button as fast as you can, trying to see how many shots per second you can do. Now, Master Takahashi can do 16 in a second, absolutely legendary. Myself, maybe 9 or 10 if I'm lucky. So if you want to compare yourself to one of the all-time greats, you can go ahead and try Quick Shot mode.
I do have another question.
Excellent.
Green Marson out of New York. He wants to know how many levels there are.
There are 2 levels, and the point of having 2 levels is that because this was featured on the Hudson Caravan last year, they wanted to limit the amount of time that the Japanese gamers could play it so they could keep going through people and seeing who got the best score. Now, the point of this is we're trying to bring this game to US gamers. This isn't not something they would normally have the chance to play unless they fly to Japan. So we want to give them a taste of what it's like over there.
Excellent. For Hardball, it's just out of Cyprus. This is Star Soldier, correct? And this is he's wondering when it's going to be available and how much.
Well, both of those answers are TBD. We are still working with Nintendo to find out the release date and the exact price. So you have to just hold on for that. I'll have more news for you eventually.
Excellent. Well, thanks for coming by, Amr. I'm taking with Star Soldier R, correct?
Yep, my pleasure.
That will be coming out on the Wii, on WiiWare, to be determined. Ryan, we're going to head over back to you.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Kevin. Now, at the top of the show, I promised you that we were going to take a look at GS World, Aaron Thomas. Do you know about GS World?
I'm still recovering from Don King.
I know. It was the awesomest, longest thing ever. So, but either way, let's go ahead and speaking of longest, awesomest, this actually falls perfectly in line with what GS World this particular segment has, because the UK guys, as you're about to see, were part of, or at least checking out, a Guinness Book of World Records record happening as it happened. But enough from us. Let's go ahead and take a look at what the guys in the UK and everybody else around the GameSpot world has to say for video games.
Hey everyone, I'm a very sweaty Guy Cocker in an EA boogie suit here on Millennium Bridge in London. There are a lot of cosplayers behind us dressing up in their favourite suits and video game character costumes. So let's go and have a word with a few of them and see what they got to say.
Well, I like to think I'm quite creative, so I can pretty much make a costume out of anything. You need to probably have good sewing skills. Though I've totally blagged a costume just by gluing it before. The whole Princess Daisy dress from Mario, I actually glue gunned it. But you've got to, if you know when you're going to dress up for, you've got to leave at least a good 4 months to be able to make it.
Tell us a little bit about your suit and how you built it.
Well, I made it mostly yesterday. I actually started off trying to make this out of paper mache, but I couldn't really get into it. So yesterday I tacked a jacket with some felt and came up with this.
So how does it feel to be a world record breaker now? Well, we think you are anyway.
Very, very cool. It's really good, yeah. It's sort of cool. I've never been a part of anything like this, so it's very nice, and it's an excuse to be Ulala again.
So tell us a little bit about why you wanted to be a part of this world record attempt.
Well, I generally enjoy dressing up as characters anyway. I've done it a few times before, and yeah, it just seemed like a really great time to get everyone together and get a load of people who are dressed up as game characters together and generally hang out.
And I'm here with Alex Sassoon-Kirby. Now, Alex, tell us a little bit about who you are today and how you prepared for the role.
I'm very, very sweaty.
I'm here with Gareth Deves, the official adjudicator for the Guinness World Record attempt at cosplay. Is that the official title for it, Gareth?
Well, it's the most number of people dressed as video games characters. If we said it was cosplay, then that would involve things like anime, probably film as well. So it'd basically be a fancy dress party.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about the theme of today, what people had to do to get involved.
Well, they had to come in costume as a video game character, i.e. someone who's appeared in a video game before anything else. So Sephiroth from Final Fantasy is fine. Batman, not fine because he appeared in a comic book first, even though he's been in video games.
Right, okay. And Mr. Pink, me here in
yes,
Boogie.
Boogie is fine, Guy. Boogie is fine.
So I'm a world record breaker now.
Yes, you are, Guy.
Very good. That's what today was about, I think. Right?
It was about you breaking a record.
So tell us a bit about the other world records you've been involved with, because you produced this book, the Gamers Edition 2008.
Yeah, there's been a whole lot of record breaking that went into producing this book, and in actual fact, we're now busy working on the 2009 edition to get some really, really exciting content in for next year.
You don't know where to look, do you?
I really don't know where to look. I'm trying to work out whether to look at your mouth, which is where your eyes are, or at your eyes, which kind of...
It's a bit freaky.
They're scaring me.
Well, you were in on our podcast a couple of weeks ago, and you were talking about some of the world records that you were trying to research for the next book. What can we expect from the 2009 edition?
Well, I mean, a lot of the book is going to be about the most amazing video game achievements. So amazing scores, speed runs, but also the really exciting, interesting stuff out here in the real world. So stuff like this cosplay record. We've also got stuff like the most expensive video game ever produced, the best-selling, and we've broken it all down by genre as well. So there's something in it for everyone.
How difficult is it to research things like the most expensive video game ever produced? Because publishers don't really usually release those numbers.
Well, we've got some very, very strong sources across journalism and within the industry itself across the world. So we're very, very confident with our numbers.
Okay. And let's move back to today. How many people did you actually get down here today? Any numbers at this point in time?
Well, we've got 80 confirmed. I'm going to look back at the registrations that I took just to make sure that I didn't miss anyone. But I think we're looking at the official world record being 80.
Okay. And that we can expect to see that in the next book?
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Well, there you have it. A look at GameSpot World. What do you guys think?
I'm proud of Guy for being a world record holder now.
That's pretty cool. I know. That's pretty awesome. And like the neat thing is like Start Select, a little logo at the end. That was from their show. They got this awesome show in the UK. If you guys haven't seen it, have you guys seen it?
I've seen part of it now.
You've seen part of it now? Yeah, it's top quality. I definitely recommend it.
That's good stuff.
But that's pretty much our show for this week. There is more stuff if you guys haven't seen it yet that they should check out. The new podcast. You guys got sports?
Yeah, we got a new sports podcast. Brian Shanker, Fred from Sports Gamer. It goes every Wednesday, so you can go to the Sports Beat, which is our new sports blog. People can check out. There's other stuff there, and they can check out the podcast too.
And that's from the Bleachers, correct?
From the Bleachers.
There's two other things that happened earlier this week that they should definitely check out. Don't you think, Kevin? And that is, of course, the Namco event and the Nintendo event.
Nintendo,
Yep.
that stuff's up. You got to check it out. Lots of great games to take a look at.
There's a lot of good stuff there.
Wii Fit's coming.
Right on. I saw. What is the deal? Why do they spell it WE for We Ski and We Cheer? Why is that? Shouldn't it be
Copyright.
WE?
Who knows?
Oh, for real? Are you serious?
Yeah, it could be. Maybe the Wii name is.
Yeah. All right. Well, whatever. They're still coming. But either way, that's it for us here at the GameSpot offices. And thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all of you in the chat room. And thanks, Don King. Don King, that's pretty awesome.
We got to give him a call after
Yeah, I'm totally going to call that dude afterwards and be like, no. I'm going to talk to him for like 10 minutes nonstop. You know, I was not playing the game. No. But anyways, thanks again for watching. We'll see you guys next week. And take it easy. Have a good weekend.